Difficulty in gaming is something that is surprisingly divisive, with some gamers living for the challenge of a Souls-like game, and others like myself wanting to live a happy life. Obviously, Souls games weren't the first to create a difficult experience, however, they did play a major part in making them mainstream. An upcoming indie game is looking to use a difficult experience on repeat in order to keep you coming back for more. But is this something worth pushing through, or should you keep your sanity while you still have it? Stay tuned to find out. Developed by Experimentals Games and published by Paradox Arc, Escape the Mad Empire is a roguelike dungeon crawler that mixes punishing difficulty with a party management system akin to Darkest Dungeon. You're thrust into what has to be multi-dimensional travel where you're seeking a solution to defeat endless waves of enemies back home where they've put all their faith in you, a complete rando who will likely die before you get 2 levels into the adventure. But lucky for them, there's a plethora of recruitable units and ways to make up for the ones that are inevitably lost. There is an array of skills for each class to learn through leveling up, in which you utilize a real-time strategy to clear out a dungeon and bring back supplies for future runs. These items brought back can be more equipment, food and water to satiate your adventurers, various upgrade scrolls and throwables, and most importantly, resources that can be used to unlock and improve various stations at your home base that can impact recruiting new units, purchasing new equipment, managing sanity, and tons of other aspects to manage and improve your chances of surviving each new run. While exploring these procedurally generated dungeons, you are set to take on a variety of enemies through RTS tactics where you automatically attack every so often depending on factors like armor and weapon type, but you can also use a skill bar to activate something like a quick attack or a spell or a skill to try to turn the odds. When and not if you get overwhelmed, you can pause the game to plan out moves, and during this time you're allowed to instantly use one of your skills, and it's important to master this system in order to survive. This starting and stopping a combat does create an oddly paced combat, but I would much rather have this ability to pause, as there really is a lot to manage during the fights than just sitting around waiting for the next swing. I will say that I think I noticed that your cooldowns for attacks and skills seems to only go down during combat, meaning that you could go into a full room of enemies and be at an immediate disadvantage. And if it really is the case, it does a lot to hamper you in what will already be challenging fights. It is also worth noting that your units will mindlessly follow one unit if you click to attack them, which caused one of my tanks to straight up run into fire, which caused his death. As you fight your way through these dungeons, you are specifically looking for a blue key that will unlock a blue door to the exit portal. However, if you're feeling up for a challenge, there is a red door with a skull on it, and if you beat the challenge within, you can utilize the blue key to unlock a chest full of goodies to take back with you, which I think is a great way to make the player make difficult decisions to push for extra loot, but you should make sure you're fully ready, otherwise you'll deal with someone like this.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my god!
Even if the minor issues like pathing and the stuttering of real-time gameplay were different, I feel like the game punishes a little too much for my taste. This doesn't make it something I wouldn't suggest, and I feel like it will find its audience upon release, but I personally don't know if I have the patience to wade through tons of attempts in order to finally feel like I have a team that can go more than 3 levels without getting mopped up by a mob of enemies in a random room. While this doesn't have an official release date, make sure to check out the demo, as there's tons of gameplay to be had while you wait for the release if this is something that interests you. But with that, that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another. Shoutouts go to Relativity, Naughty Dog is King, Chaos, and Kamikolo alongside all those sub to the channel. I'll be doing an upcoming games to check out for 2025 list, so I hope you'll join me there, and I will see you soon.